We are headed to Timber Shoals Ranch. We're on Moark Road, getting pretty close to the property. Actually, there's the cross street is Melody Mountain Road, and we continue going south on Moark, which is a dead-end road. This will take us right to the state line between Missouri and Arkansas, and that is the north side of Timber Shoals Ranch, and we'll go in and check it out. It looked like we had a little bit of sunshine today, so we thought we'd roll out this way and get a couple videos. It's winter here in the Ozarks, so you won't see a lot of leaves on the trees, but it's going to be a pretty nice day. It's going to hit low 60s for temperature. I mean, we're known for mild winters. We do get some days that are cold, some cold mornings, but in general, the winters are pretty mild. So we have 4 distinct seasons out here, which a lot of people tell me is unusual relative to other parts of the country that don't have that. But yeah, we've got the the beautiful leaves in autumn, and we do get cold temperatures for a little while in winter, but then we have the beautiful spring and the wonderful summers as well. So if you're looking for a climate that's fairly mild year-round, the Ozarks are a really good choice. So we're at the northernmost end of a large peninsula on Bull Shoals Lake. The lake basically wraps around us completely, which is pretty cool. You'll see that when we put the drone into the air, if you check out any of the drone videos. Being a Corps of Engineer lake, it's got the Corps of Engineer land all around the water, giving you access to miles of shoreline and hundreds or actually thousands of acres of land that you can use for hunting in that Corps of Engineer land. So now we're coming to the very south end of Moark Road. You can see that red gate. That's actually the neighbor's driveway there. And we're going to veer to the left. The guys have got a cable up because they've got all their equipment out here, but I'll hop out and undo that cable and we'll drive on through and take a look. So we just pulled onto the easement road. There you can see the old spotting tower, as this was a bison ranch years ago, and that was one of the spotting towers they would use to, I guess when they had visitors, you could just climb on up and watch the buffalo. Off to the right, you can see the lake. If we look to our left, to the east, this is, you'll see the reference in the listing. If you drive to the east through this field, you'll get to State Line Cove, which is a pretty decent place to fish or to put your boat into the water. It's super private. You have to use caution if it's been raining, because that is just a grassy meadow, so it could get pretty rough if it's been raining. If it's not, then it's great. But we're going to head south here on the gravel easement road into Timber Shoals Ranch. Now this northern part is where we often see deer and turkey. In the spring, in the summer, basically every time we pull onto Timber Shoals Ranch, we'll see turkey and deer in this big meadow here. There's the neighbor out this way, super nice guy. Retired husband and wife live right there. Beautiful view of the lake, and you'll see that more as we get deeper. The lake, I can tell already, is actually not very clear today. We've had a ton of rain in this last week, and that since the lake is fed by rivers, that churns up the rivers, which then in turn churns up the lake. There we go. So still headed south here. Now of course it clouded over. Now that we got out here, it clouded over. So there you can see the metal building, which is a pretty good landmark. That's where you'll come to that Y in the road, and it goes to the left and to the right. So I'm actually going to pull up to the metal building, to the Y in the road, and then we'll get situated and we'll figure out where we're going to go from there. We have had a ton of rain in the last week here in the Ozarks. see that as we traverse these roads. There we go. So we've just passed the building. We've come to the Y in the road. So we're right here at the Y in the road. And to get where we're headed, we're going to stay to the right. Or I guess just go straight, if you will. Man, you can see all the rain we've had out here. I've really never seen water on the road out here, but with all the rain we've had, there you go. So this stretch right up here, this next couple hundred feet, is going to be a little bit rough. The guys haven't been out to grade it yet. I'm in a pickup truck, so it's no problem. I'm in a four-wheel drive. I don't think I would need four-wheel drive on this, but it's definitely good to have a truck or an SUV with four-wheel drive, just to give yourself that option. Okay, so I need to look at my MapRight app. We've actually come to another Y in the road here. The main road goes straight, and then a little spur road goes off to the left. All right, so we're parked here at this, I guess you'd call it the second Y in the road. And we're on our way to look at a huge property, one of the largest tracts out here, actually. You can take either road. They both lead to the property because it actually has frontage on both of these. But the road to the right is kind of the main road, and that's going to be in better shape, I'm sure. And since it's already pretty wet out here after all the rain we had, we'll just stick to this larger easement road. And we had some sunshine, but it just went behind a big cloud. Oh, actually it's a small cloud, so we should have our sunshine back in just a minute. I'm hoping to see some wildlife out here today. We heard some turkeys about 20 minutes ago, and I guess we could have tried to find them, but we didn't. But they weren't too far off. So I heard a few turkeys. I hope to see some deer or turkeys. Just about every time we're out here we do. So this section of the road is obviously a little bit rough. This is where you'll be glad you have your truck, your SUV. The guys are working on kind of cleaning up some of these roads and probably widen them and grade them and all that good stuff, but they always will be primitive easement roads. If you've got a four-wheel drive truck or SUV, you should be just fine. We've had, like I said, a tremendous amount of rain, and I made it through that bad spot with no problem at all. But to be on the safe side, truck or an SUV. Getting closer to the property, like I said, this is one of the largest tracts out here. Very, very big property. I don't have the map in front of me, unfortunately, so I know it's big. I don't have the exact acreage. But check the listing for all the details on that. We're getting closer here. This particular tract isn't too far from that sandy beach area. There's a lake view that you can see in the listing. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You just keep going on this main road past the property down into the Corps of Engineer land, and you've got the huge, beautiful sandy beach area. Just phenomenal. Whoops. Okay. I think we've just made it to the north side of the property. So on the left side of the road, and I'm trying to look at the map here. So where are we? Okay. You'll want to look at the map to be sure, but this basically has a tiny bit of frontage on the Corps of Engineer land, where you can go down to the walk down to the lake or use it for additional hunting. Pretty great. But you're likely to have all the deer and turkey you need on a track like this, because this is a big one. Very level up here by the road. Got some good timber. I think what I'll do is I'll drive the road frontage a little bit. I'll keep the video running, and we'll just see how this looks. I'm looking at the topo map, and actually pretty much all of this property is usable. I don't see anything on the topo map that's going to be steep. It's all either flat or just a gentle gradual slope to it. And again, we're on the west side of the property, and it has frontage on that other easement road, that smaller easement road, along its east side. So you're going to have dozens of building sites, campsites, potential food plots. If you really want to get the deer in, you can do a small food plot. Land on the left as we head south. I'm seeing a great mix of timber, hardwood trees and cedar trees. And this has a lot of road frontage, by the way. I'm trying to see about where we are. We haven't even made it to the middle of the road frontage yet. Just because I want to set foot on the property, we stopped right there. Looking south, the land is still on the left. And I just want to walk a little bit and kind of get a feel for this. If you check the listing, we'll do a drone video as well. We haven't taken that yet, but we'll do that later today. So you get to see a wintertime drone video, which we think is the best way to look at any large acreage. If you can get a wintertime drone video of the property you're looking at, then you're getting an honest view of that property. You can't hide anything. Any logging, anything like that. I mean, you can see it all when the leaves are off the trees and you're looking at a drone video. So we personally think it's the best way to check out a property. We've got an area here with a lot of hardwood trees. We're easily far enough off the road that you could do a building site or a campsite. Back here in this good timber, we've actually got some really large trees. There's an enormous hardwood tree right there. That is a big boy. How big is that tree? I'll do a rough estimate. That's over 30 inches diameter. So that is a nice hardwood tree. Definitely are going to find some mature timber on here. There's a couple of huge trees and a monster cedar tree. Once the property's been paid for in full, you're welcome to log it, to cut the timber, to let it grow, whatever you want to do. Excuse me. After it's been paid for in full, while you're making your payments on it, you cannot cut the timber that has a stump diameter greater than 8 inches. Big tree. Oh, that's a nice cedar. Wow. That's about a 16-inch cedar tree, and that's a big cedar tree. Now, as far as the timber, we do make exceptions. If you're doing a driveway or a building site or whatnot, all you have to do is mark the trees that you'd like to remove for your improvement, and then we can have one of our guys come take a look when they're in the area. And if everything looks good, then we can give you written permission to remove those. So you do have that option. We are just looking at a fraction of this property, and I'm seeing numerous beautiful sites for building or camping, or good spots for hunting, to get your deer stand up in one of these big trees. Very, very pretty. I'm going to head back to the truck. We're going to do a drone video as well. We'll try to do a long one for this big property. Feel free to check out InstantAcres.com. If this tract is still available, that's where you'll find it. If you don't see it on InstantAcres.com, then unfortunately it's sold already. It's another big tree, geez. And definitely feel free to come out and take a look. You can get the directions from the listing. We can send you that MapRight link. Great way to look at the property. Bring your pontoon boat or your jet skis. There's a couple places you can launch them and just spend the day goofing off and checking out property. I can't think of a better vacation, personally. So So check us out at InstantAcres.com. We would love to hear from you.